Good to see you.
All right there, Revenants. Welcome back to Code Vein in the Road to 100, where today we're going to be in the bloody trenches, the dried up trenches. And the funny thing about the Despot here is that he's weak to blood and he resists everything else. So he's in phase one, everything is 0% resist with a 30% weakness to blood. However, in phase two, he gains significant defenses and he gains a 30% strength resistance to blood, or not blood, ice, lightning, and fire. And then he reduces his blood resistance to 15% instead of 30%. And then he gains a 15% strength to slash, pierce, and crush. So it doesn't matter what you go for in phase two, you're going to have pretty significant damage reduction, but we're going to take it to the extreme here
So you don't regret it
by
later.
going for ice, fire, and lightning. So we will have a 30% damage reduction off the bat, 10% from lightning, 10% from ice, and 10% from fire. So we will be minus, 30% here, and then we will have a 15% damage reduction because of doing slash damage here. So we will have, if we were doing, let's say, 100 damage, our first attack is typically, 90% of the value times 0.85 for the slash resist, and then times 0.7 for so we're at about 48% damage reduction, 48% damage reduction overall. So basically, whatever we have here is going to be cut in half. So we'll be doing about 350, 380 damage overall in phase two. So the adventuring, remember, the adventuring here along the way is not that important because these enemies are whatever. But as soon as we get to the Despot and as soon as we get to phase two, we are going to do significantly reduced damage overall. So keep that in mind. And for these guys, though, everything here is just kind of whatever along the way here, just to kind of get ourselves over there. And having all of the elements kind of running on the weapon here, it's kind of a misnomer. You think that you're actually buffing up your weapon here in a pretty good way, but at the same time, you are actually incurring significant damage weaknesses to yourself just because of how because of how the Despot actually works. You're actually going to be doing significantly less damage just because of how he operates. So that is gonna be something that we'll have to seriously watch out for. And we brought Yakumo along because, I don't know, we haven't used him very much, but also you have to remember that Yakumo is just doing slash damage overall, and so he's not going to have a real good time in phase two, as he will have a 15% damage cut overall, and so that's going to hurt us as well. A whole herd? I guess that's what you'd call a herd of lost. Oh, he's going for Yakumo, and I can't move for some reason. Okay, good job, Yakumo. There we go. Did pretty. Oh, there he is. Yakumo, please. Okay, wow. Somehow he got me back up. And I didn't get the launch. Okay, well, that's how it goes. But getting through the adventuring part of this is just gonna kind of be okay, is just gonna kind of be, just some fun to be able to run all the elements kind of in tandem here. But as soon as we get to the Despot, we are going to have some serious problems along the way, just because of the fact of how this setup and build is going to operate overall. Now that is kind of the weird thing about the Despot is that he has this crazy weakness to blood damage, and then everything else he gets insanely strong to in phase 2. But if you keep up with the blood damage and you're able to, you know, constantly move that direction, then he actually is pretty simple. But if you do, oh, okay, but if you do anything other than blood damage, then everything becomes exceptionally wild and crazy in how you actually will be engaging with him, just because of the fact of how the elemental resistances stack up and they add and subtract to each other, and so that's why it can become absolutely ridiculous, because you think you're adding 20% damage to your weapon, but because he has a 30% resist to it, you're losing out on that extra 10% of your damage. And so you may not realize that, hey, if I'm adding all these elements, you know, that's typically a good thing. And sometimes, you know, it really can be. However, versus, you know, bosses like this, when you have all 3 elements running, it becomes a serious detriment to yourself. And because we have only lightning damage being added here to Yakumo, he will get a 10% damage reduction as well. Let's go ahead and pick up our haze here. Okay. Okay, somehow this guy caught me out. Okay. Let's just head over here to the missile for a quickie sec. Just because I don't really feel like dealing with that crowd at the moment. That's fine. Okay, Yakumo's completely dead. Just ignore this fella. The shotgunner is shooting at me, amazingly enough. Okay. These guys are here. Okay, this guy's going for the super sneaky parry here. And we'll just go for a couple of backstabs here. This guy's trying to bait me out. Okay. Shotgun boy is finally arrived. All of the amazing folks are here. Excellent. Okay. That could have gone a lot better, and it could have gone a lot worse. And that's the thing about what we have running here, obviously, is it's not really any kind of adventuring thing. Here we are just trying to see how bad the bosses of the area are, because each one of them will give us significant issues, just because of the fact of how we're going to be going about approaching these guys. And if we are one-on-one with basically any enemy here, we're able to completely annihilate everybody. But as soon as we get into the groups, as you can see there, like, we just can't really handle anything, because of the fact of how we have only single target damage. Okay, that's really good. So let's just ignore these guys. We'll head over to the Despot, and we'll see how that fight will go, because it's going to be absolutely horrendous, especially in phase 2. Phase 1 will be just kind of weird because of the extra boys that are spawned in from the giant crystals there, and we'll be watching those. But as soon as we get to the actual fight with the Despot in phase 2, I mean, it's gonna go downhill pretty quickly here. So okay, here we go, and you'll see that our damage values will not be anything significant to speak of, so we have to really watch ourselves in phase 2. Okay, and phase 1, remember, we're going to be able to do a pretty significant amount of damage overall, just because phase 1 is not, he's got no resistances to us, and so we're able to, you know, do kind of whatever we want. Okay. Okay, now the craziness will begin here. Okay, and so here we go. Yeah, 574. Okay, so that is why we have stun along the way. Okay, good. Oops, we missed him there. Yeah, we're doing about 500 damage overall. Okay. Yeah, 574. That's not a lot of damage. And you can see that it just because of the fact that we're able to get underneath him here with Yakumo along the way, we're able to actually do some pretty decent damage. But 574 is not any kind of, you know, incredible thing. But because Yakumo is such a super tank here, you can see that just even Yakumo is going to be able to actually kill this dude, and we're not even doing anything. And that's really where, you know, a lot of our damage will actually come from. So let me show you here. If we go solo and we get rid of Yakumo here, because even though he does have a pretty significant damage reduction based on his multipliers and everything, just the fact that he's able to have such a really high damage value set, he's not really affected truly by the damage reduction in question here. Okay, good. And now you'll see that phase 1, as you can see there, we're doing about 1,000 damage overall. Ouch. And we're able, that gets cut in half basically in phase 2, just because of how, ridiculous phase 2 defenses are. Okay, let's go ahead and heal a couple times here. Okay. And the Blazing Claw is not like, you know, the optimal weapon for this fight by any means. But the fun thing about it is that it can be a pretty decent weapon overall. Okay, let's go for these. Okay, but the reality here is that we're not going for we're not going for the superior damage. We're going for the strengths of what he has here. Let's get some stamina back, get this going, and the only thing we have going for us here is a little bit of stun, actually, to kind of buy us some time, because you know, we can, so why not? Okay, let's go ahead and heal. Okay. I guess we can go for a stun cartridge and do a little bit of build up here. Okay. And this will get us into a stun here. Okay. Good. Now we have to never be in front of him. That is like rule number 1. Never be in front of him. Whoa. Because then he will slap us extra super hard. Okay. Oh, I missed every single one of those. How nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and back up here. Wait for lightning. Okay. Let's get lightning damage. Okay, and let's go in. Oh, okay. Alright. This is not looking good here. Oh yeah, there's the double spin. So you can see that the damage in phase 2, just because of how just because of how his damage multipliers operate. We really struggle to be able to get enough damage out. Phase 1 is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You can kind of just chew through all of his damage into up to that 50% mark, and you can go pretty quickly with that. But as soon as you get to phase 2, right, I mean, it just things get very difficult very quickly, especially if you are running solo. If you are running with a partner, obviously you have a good chance to actually, ouch, I'm stuck on the wall here. You have a good chance to just kind of obliterate this guy quickly because he doesn't aggro too well between multiple enemies. Yeah, he just kind of jumps around and he does a lot of, you know, kind of weak attacks and stuff, and there's really no danger built into him in phase 1 here. But yeah, that phase 2 setup stuff, it absolutely gets nuts very quickly. Okay, somehow we're just missing him all the time. Okay, let's do this. The screen is freaking out there. Okay, let's get some stamina back. Okay, almost to phase 2. Okay. Okay, let's just get him into stun state here. A little bit of I-core, and we should be okay here to, you know, kind of beat him up as soon as he comes out here. There we go. And you can see just how slow his health bar is going down there. Okay, let's get 1 slash. 574 damage is not anything that we want to be proud of by any means. Let's just run to this side of the arena. Okay, never mind. And since we have to chew through, you know, a significant amount of health at 574 damage, you know, this is when you start to wonder, like, am I actually doing good with my damage set, or should I be building into something else? And when you get to this point in kind of, not the run, but when you get to this point in your building techniques and stuff, where you're really wondering, you know, what other techniques are there that I can use to actually get damage out? Where is he? On the enemy at will, then yeah, you can absolutely start doing some crazy stuff. You can, ouch, you can start going for, you know, some pretty crazy builds, but but you're still able to build completely wrong. Okay, man, he just won't let me heal. There we go. Okay, can't hit him with that. There we go. That's a great stun technique. If you have the Blazing Claw active, that's a great way to go about stunning enemies. Whoa. Okay, let's go ahead and heal here, since we can. Okay, and we'll go for another stagger there, maybe? Nope. He's just jumping away. Okay. But that is a very good way here for us to kind of get some extra damage for free, basically. You can see that he's staggering a lot more because we're hitting him with the flame strike. Well, it doesn't do fire damage, but it does balance damage as well. Oh, come on. And so you're able to kind of put him into a more staggered position than he normally would be. There we go. And you can see that we put him down into stagger state twice in phase 1, just because of, you know, having access to that ability there. So that's very, very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and get some Ichor here. Oh boy. Okay, yep, that is a very dangerous attack because he has a last minute window there where he can turn and move at the very last second. So you can see that getting lucky on the dodges and everything, you know, that's kind of important. So if we bring back you know, our slashy boy here, you'll notice that just because he has to aggro between the two of us, and we get plenty of time to be able to move around at will and freely do whatever we want, we're able to, you know, completely ruin this guy, which is kind of hilarious that this indeed is actually the case. And just because Yakumo is, you know, basically invincible for this fight specifically, we're able to actually do some really crazy things just on the side here along the way. But it kind of is a, you know, if you don't have the ability to go for a partner here, then, you know, this is a pretty hard fight with this setup here, just because, you know, we are going for all out full defenses into the Despot fight here, which is pretty hilarious that that's the case, because typically, you know, you're going for the weakness of the enemy, not moving into the strength of the enemy. And you can see that the damage counter there, you know, it just keeps ticking. It just keeps ticking and ticking and ticking and ticking, just because of the fact of, oh, we're dead. Oh, we're not dead. How nice. Let's get some stamina here. Okay, and you can see that he hit Yakumo there, but it really doesn't matter. He hit Yakumo there, it really doesn't matter. And we'll go for a little bit of a stagger here, so he doesn't ruin us completely. Ouch. That kind of hurt. Oh, there's the explosion. Okay, we got hit by the explosion. Come on, Yakumo. Stop rolling. You rolled twice, man, when you didn't need to. Okay.
You almost gave me a heart attack.
No, you gave me a heart attack, dude. But, yeah, this is what you don't want to do when you fight the Despot. You don't want to make him hard and make it a very difficult fight. So instead what you do is you stack on blood damage in a really high amount, and he just basically disappears from existence, which is pretty hilarious that that actually happens that way. Okay, let's go for another stun cartridge here. Good, okay. And let's go for a couple of attacks here. Okay, I can't see because he's so big here. Okay, where is he? There we go. Okay. And that is kind of the strange thing that you always find yourself in is, you know, what kind of builds are actually viable, what kind of builds are actually usable, and this is definitely one of them that's not really usable, just because of how little damage you're doing overall all the time. And there's the double slash, which is an instant kill, because you can't do anything to get out of it. You always will... Oh, yep, we're dead. You always will stagger and get hit by the second attack because of the framing data that that goes along with that hilt bash. So yeah, definitely deadly. All right, we should have probably just killed him outright and been done with it in the first attempt, but just to kind of see that you know, you actually can have some pretty significant difficulty with this guy. Where is he? Just because of how our defenses are, or because of how his defenses are built, we are absolutely not prepared for everything that he's got going here. But that's completely fine. Now we do have to kill this thing because he won't attack it. Yakumo, that is. He will just kind of sit there and look at it. Okay. We're doing pretty well here, and nothing too serious to complain about. Here we're gonna get slapped pretty hard. Yep. Okay. What is he doing? Okay. And the Blazing Claw is typically not your best choice anyways, just because of how, just because it's a katana based and it has a string ender, you know, and so if you really want to use, you know, the Blazing Claw, I mean, by all means, go ahead, right? But the amazing part about it is it's a very lightweight weapon with pretty decent damage overall, and that's where it shines the best. Okay. Yakumo's in his dodge bonanza there. And you can see that when we were doing damage without lightning, we were doing about 600 and something damage. As soon as we put lightning on, we're dropped down to 574 damage, and that's just because of the fact of you know, adding that extra 10% damage reduction because of lightning. And so that's how you know that you're not actually doing anything the right way, because you add a buff and you actually do less damage, and so that is really bad to have happen in any kind of way. Okay. Okay. Ouch, we're dead. Yep. Thanks, Yakumo. Let's go ahead and heal, just because we don't want to take another full hilt bash to the face here. Okay. Gonna jump back right into me. Oh, okay. Yeah, you always want to move around the side there. Okay, now, good. Okay, he almost got us there. So let's go ahead and get gift extension, get lightning damage, get Yakumo back, and let's go ahead and pull back here for just a second. And we'll go for drain activator and a gift accelerator. Okay. Nice. Okay. And that's maybe a good opportunity. There we go. We got the final hit there, and that's pretty much how the Despot should not go. If you're ever wondering, you know, how to make the Despot kind of difficult, the Blazing Claw does a really good job of it, and just because of the fact that it's ice and fire and lightning all at the same time, you know, having that craziness there for what we were going for is not what you want to be going for in the long run. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for the Executioner and how to make her difficult because of her resistances. So we'll see you guys then.